So Animal Activity sounds like the shit sequel to Paranormal Activity.
That's just the actual explanation for the paranormal activity. Yeah. There was a gopher in your basement. That's why the walls were bleeding.
I was going to say Paranormal Activity, raccoon in the ventilation system.
That was a hell of a sequel right there.
So, does anybody remember what happened last? Was it last week this time?
We rescued a bugbear from some scorpses.
Yep, now currently scorpses, not originally scorpses.
They were waiting to be scorpses. We just helped them along.
Yeah, you scorped them. Yeah, that's pretty much it, actually. You guys set out from Tumulus, where you had slain the snake demon in one of the most fantastically anticlimactic ways I have ever seen. Outstanding. I mean, I guess I didn't have to give you guys polymorph apples, but, you know, this is where we're at. Vukro got to turn into a giant crocodile, which was very satisfying.
You did so much damage. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, I think Tiger's been dreaming of doing that since we first started talking about the character. Vukro did recognize the
toots.
The toots? Yeah, I wanted to say plumage, but plumage is not the right word. Heraldry, I guess, would be. I can't. I'm blanking on the appropriate word to describe the trappings that are representative of a certain place. In this case, the hold of Tuskep.
I think also he came out of the carriage and Whipperbars just recognized him.
That's true.
Are you just keeping that voice so that when you do Vulcravars, it sounds that much more different than your regular voice?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I love that. Thank you.
What hump?
Wolf hump.
The bugbear in the carriage does not recognize you. He opens the door and goes, "Ah!" And then he closes the door again. Because there's a giant crocodile outside of the wagon.
Oh, hey, buddy, it's okay. That's just a hobgoblin.
You can hear him low key, sort of muffled, kind of yelling inside of the carriage.
I can't remember what bugbears look like, so in my head it's Cookie Monster.
I never am really sure what they look like, to be honest with you.
So a bugbear is, basically picture a goblin, make it 8 feet tall and about as wide as Shrek, and really hairy. Bugbears also tend to have more of like a green-brown or a gray-brown skin rather than just being green like goblins, or in this area of the nation, many goblins are like an orangey, like a coppery kind of thing.
So what, they're like Winnie the Pooh or something?
I like it, yeah.
Oh, that'd be hilarious if he only had like a red shirt but no like pants.
He's not Winnie the Pooh in it. No, he's wearing. Actually, when he popped out, what you saw was basically he's probably a somewhat larger than average bugbear. Hair very frazzled, sort of all over the place, which makes a lot of sense given the fact that he was being shooken like a Coke can up inside there a minute ago. Oh yeah, he was really loud, is the thing. He said something when he popped out the door, and he was just really loud. He's also wearing armor. A small amount, like I think about half plate and chainmail to hold it all together, as well as a tabard.
Hey man, the squids are dead, and the alligator's not going to hurt you.
What is Vukro doing?
Crocodile, 1 second. Sorry about that.
Whoa, what happened to your voice?
I don't know what you're talking about. Crocodiles is just... He's chilling in the lake at the moment. You know, like when crocodiles are sort of submerged, but their eyes are poking above the water.
He's ready.
Mm-hmm. He's doing that, just watching.
Creepy.
So the other door the door on the opposite side of the carriage, the one that can't see Crocovars quite so much, sort of pokes open, and you see a bugbear. You see the bugbear's face poking back out of it, and somewhere in the hairy recesses of it, you also see two human eyes. He's there's a human in there who's kind of being low key smothered by this bugbear, but both kind of peek out at you. Gaspar.
Who are you? What happened?
Killed the squids.
Oh, thanks, I guess.
Yeah, you guys good?
Yeah?
The human kind of spits a little bit of bugbear hair out of his mouth, and he shouts, "I'm about as good as I ever am, traveling with this creature. Don't get off me!" And he kind of shoves ineffectually against the bugbear. The bugbear is a lot bigger and a lot stronger than this human, but he moves off to the side. And underneath him, he reveals a human wearing red robes. Just a cursory glimpse at this human would seem to indicate that they are some sort of caster. They are wearing the robes of some order that you may or may not recognize. You don't know. It's a little hard to place his age. He could be somebody in their late 20s, early 30s who is aging like milk, or a remarkably well-preserved person in their 50s. It's a little hard to tell. Bald-headed, goatee, sort of glares over at you, and everything is like, "Well, I suppose thanks are in order.
I'd agree.
May I ask your name and affiliation?"
You can ask. Why don't we get yours first, since we saved you?
Very well. I go by Wizard Harmony Price, current antiquarian to the Hold of Two Skip. And this is my companion, Tonk.
Hi!
Hello, Tom.
Hello. I'm Gaspar. In the back there's the cleric. Her name's Lady Fitrian. Just don't talk to her, for both of your sakes.
Hello.
Her and the wizard sound like they'll get along pretty well, though.
Honestly valid. This here's, certainly not Isaac.
It's Malcolm Sharptooth, archaeological.
My brain kept filling in Morgan, and I knew that was wrong.
I love that you guys are slowly playing a game of forgot each other's name tag. I guess you were it today.
Yeah. And this is Volkrivars the crocodile. Crocovars, if you're feeling fancy.
At the mention of Vukrivars, which of course quickly metamorphoses into Crocovars, Tonk kind of comes in again and starts smothering Harmony.
Volkrivars? Is that our Volkrivars?
Yeah, he's from Tuskep.
Oh, wow!
He just briefly turned into a crocodile for combat reasons. He'll be back in a little bit.
Will he, though? He seems to be enjoying himself out there. He seems to be avoiding the encounter with Tonk for some reason.
Crocovars rolls over in the water.
I would dip into the water, too, just to, enjoy being a crocodile.
Mm-hmm. With a sort of a creak and a groan, you're not really certain if this carriage was meant to take a creature of his weight. Tonk sort of climbs out, a bit like a 4-year-old, climbing out of like a car where it's like all very deliberate and arm over arm and stuff, but he's crawling on all fours out, and you just hear Harmony going. He gets out of the groaning carriage and stands tall before you. And he just sort of like looks around at the carnage.
Oh no, Fluffy! Where's Fluffy?
Yeah, I hope that's the one that's still alive. Is it?
That's Scruffy!
Shit.
Scruffy, by the way, who had exactly 1 hit point, is currently tearing at the carcass of one of the scorpses.
Oh, that reminds me. I guess this might be Fluffy. Hold on. He's gonna take out his dagger, and then he's going to go over to the squid, and then he's going to start cutting out the swallowed warg.
Okay, working at it for a while there, because it is going to take you a minute to be able to do that. You cut through, and a single dinner plate-sized paw falls out and just kind of hangs limply.
Ta-da!
No, Fluffy! He was only 2 weeks from retirement.
Damn.
Sorry, I lost it. It was the ta-da that killed me.
I was unsure what to say.
Ta-da! Here's your dead fucking dog.
Just never get a job in a morgue, guys. Come to identify the body. Ta-da!
We're gonna cross coroner off potential jobs for you later in life, Malcolm.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
You give me a minute, I could make them dance.
Let's see what's behind door number 1.
So Tonk is mourning loudly. Everything he does is loud. And Harmony steps out as well. He is actually going to sort of cautiously walk over to the Scruffy, the remaining warg, who is still gorging himself on that delicious nutty land calamari, and place a hand upon his flank, and you will watch as some of the sucker wounds will start to heal up, the patches of his fur sort of regrowing. For his part, the warg does not slow down or stop eating, just sort of grunts as he is healed by this strange interloper. He turns to Crocovars in the water. So what are you doing here?
We were about to have a picnic, but then we saw you guys getting friggin' owned. So we thought we'd help.
Yes, Tonk assured me that this would be a useful shortcut. I, for my part, worried that it came too close to the lakeshore. Of course, the attacks by the land squid and their horrible tentacles are legendary. But here we are. We, of course, are on our way to the archaeological site that is sprung up around Tumulus.
Oh, we were just there.
Yeah, we came from there, actually. They're on hold for about a week. So they're not doing any digging at the moment.
Yeah, some snake demon nonsense. Oh yeah, we got this cool. What are you again? N? What?
Thank you. I'm a mongoose.
Oh yes, yes. We met the snake hunter N over there. By the way, it's really cool.
I don't do social engagement.
Understand?
Respect that.
He's over here sort of gnawing on a tentacle. He seems to have taken a shine to the wargs, which I think he probably just thinks of as really big mongooses.
They've lost a few people due to being consumed by a giant snake, but
yes, that'll happen in this profession from time to time.
I suppose so.
Exactly, right?
Can I ask, what's your interest in the site at Tumulus?
Well, I'm an antiquarian, mostly of magical...
I don't care about your zodiac sign.
Oh dear. So an antiquarian is someone who takes interest in ancient artifacts. I particularly have acquired a massive array, a collection, if you will, of ancient arcane items, some of which I make available at my store. One must keep the lanterns burning in the windows.
The stories.
Can I just
What?
out of game real
Yep.
quick? This guy sounds so fucking evil.
He's not like Silva evil. He might actually be evil.
Yeah, I was calling back to Silvern in my head, but yeah.
It's a bit of a Silverin voice. He's like, he sighs and he goes,
Yes, my great uncle was the dark necromancer of Gorp.
Oh, that explains
It's
it.
not
Okay.
so much that I sound evil, it's more that the family voice has come to be equated in the public consciousness as evil sounding.
You're making it worse.
But this tool that you own, where is it by any chance?
Tuskep, Firebush Castle Town.
Gotcha. So, let's get straight to the point. Can we get a discount?
He kind of glances over at Crocodile Vukrabars.
Right now, Crocovaz's wolf is riding around on him in the lake like a surfboard.
That's all.
Certainly, friends and family discount for those who saved us in our time of need. 1%.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Generous.
that's
Thank you.
not.
What
But
do you know about the site at Tumulus, if I may ask, since you're, into that kind of thing?
He sort of like adjusts his robe a little bit, like a professor adjusting his tie, about to go into a diatribe.
Well, the elves of this region were once prolific, but they disappeared some 1,500 years ago, and nobody really knows why.
Maybe they got eaten by a snake demon.
It would have to be a large and particularly voracious snake demon.
He wasn't too big at the end, but he started off pretty... Hey, you know what? Never mind. Do you know anything about any kind of a seal associated with the site at Tumulus?
Well, in its heyday, it was a large city, so it probably had a seal.
What do you mean, like a... I don't mean like heraldry. I mean like sort of a mystical cage keeping something locked away for all eternity, or until somebody opens said seal.
He stops and he kind of like looks off into the distance like he's thinking, and he's like,
I'm afraid I know of no such device. But information on Tumulus, other than that it existed, is sparse and sparing.
well, if you find something like that, don't open it until we get there.
I can make no guarantees. I like to fiddle.
I would not fiddle with that. That's we were warned by the giant snake we turned into a porcupine and dropped off a tree that if we opened the seal, something very bad probably would happen.
That being said, we were unable to determine whether it was bad for us or bad for the snake demon.
Yeah, it is true. It could just be bad for everybody.
It could very well be just like somebody hanging out that the demon didn't like. Like, it's not... That's why we're asking these questions, you know?
So the demon mentioned a seal.
Yes.
Yes.
It was perhaps tailor-made to protect a seal, or may even have been the seal itself.
Well, we hope
That
it
was our-
itself, because we exploded the shit out of that thing.
Well, if human life, or humanoid life, was in danger, then you certainly had no choice but to destroy it. But we may yet come to regret those actions. For even if it itself was not the seal, it was protecting the seal. What was it protecting the seal against? And might that force, whatever it may be, come back and open said seal?
Oh, well, that is concerning.
Do not regret. As I said, any end is justifiable in protecting that most precious of resources, human life.
The way you said that was very concerning. But
I miss this character so much. Everything he says sounds so fucking ominous.
But yes, if you're gonna go there, I guess just keep an eye out. I would imagine until we get back. Oh yeah, we didn't say what we were working with. We're working with the guiding bolt. Is that it? Yes, yeah, that's it, man.
Ah, yes, the guiding bolt. I have heard much of their humanitarian efforts to stem the fiendish hordes from beyond.
Yeah, Lord Bloom is a cool guy. Knows how to party.
Yes, of course. The message that brought us out this way came from his desk, so it certainly makes sense. Both of the messages, actually, that we received.
No, you work with Lord Bloom too? And what did he send you out here for?
I don't work with Lord Bloom. It was Lord Bloom who notified us of the uncovering of Tumulus. I believe Okravars himself was mentioned in the missive.
Yeah, he gets around.
And then the other message was simply inviting Lady Nostril to visit.
Lady what?
Lady Nostril. Have you not heard of our most radiant High Priestess of Tuskep?
I admit, in my travels through caves and ancient sewer systems, I have not been graced with that name.
Ah, you yourself are something of an antiquarian, then.
Yes, maybe I would say you're one of the... Hold on, let's look at this character sheet real quick here. I'm more of a cryptographer, I guess, I would say.
Ah, do you have affiliations with any of the guilds of Crescent?
Let's see. I possibly do. Maybe. Probably more drunk on those nights, though. But
Yeah. You've
I'm
definitely
sure.
you've definitely at least heard of them. Professor Dretfowler back at Tumulus stated that she basically had a degree from the Archaeologists Guild. So whether or not you actually belong to them that's up to you, really.
Oh, well then I would assume I would have some kind of degree, and that's how I got into this whole shit. But yes, I have heard of the guilds. You're from a guild, then?
The Gilded Age.
Less of a guild and more of a curious wizarding order.
Ah,
Those usually result in death and abominations from different planes, don't they?
Not usually, just very publicly when it happens.
that's
Fair enough.
Often enough that people take notice.
One of those loud minority situations. Gotcha. Boy, that sounded like I'm racist. That's not what I...
God damn it. Wow, oh my god. Vocal minority is the
Thank you. Oh
yeah.
my God.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
shit.
Uh,
I was so get off my lawn, I can't even process it.
What are those loud minorities?
oh, so yeah, he's chatting. He's chatting with Malcolm. Tonk has gone over and is now petting poor
Fluffy?
no,
Scruffy?
Scruffy. He's petting Scruffy. Scruffy turns around and snarls at him as he's sort of like protecting his cephalopod food, and Tonk goes, "Aww." After chatting with Malcolm for a little bit, just sort of, I think, comparing notes about, just like, the ancient civilizations in the area, just sort of chatting nonsense about Tumulus.
Also talking about these wild archaeological parties.
Yeah.
Those get nuts. I
Yes,
imagine.
Did you hear about the scandal with Professor Florian?
Yeah, I heard Flava Flav crashed that party. That was nuts.
Harmony kind of straightens up, and Vokravar's still just a crocodile hanging out.
Are you certain that's Volkravars?
I mean, not unless some giant crocodile came out of nowhere and ate Volcrathars without us realizing it. I'm at least 86% sure. No, wait. 82.
Yeah, Vokravas has gone under the water and his warp's just swimming out of the lake now.
Very well. Well, I must be off. Where are you heading to?
Back to Lord Bloom. We got some stuff to report to him and then bring back to Tumulus.
Ah, yes, then you may well meet Lady Nostril, as that is where she was heading when we left Tuskep.
So is Lady Nostril like an honorary title or like her actual name? Does she have a giant nose or is it like a family thing?
Nostril is a perfectly ordinary, relatively common name for young goblin women.
God damn.
The lady part is an honorific, but between you and me, she is not, in fact, particularly honorable. If she was, I don't think the goblinoid population would trust her very much.
Huh, like the reverse.
Yeah, she gets the job done anyway. Anyway, as I said, we must be off. Tonk! Stop crying.
I raised him from a pup.
He's very sad about Fluffy. But he starts going about the motions of reining in Scruffy, who now seems to be sated to his fill of cephalopod meat, and sort of trusting him to the front of the carriage once again, as it seems that the wargs broke free of the carriage in an effort to attack the land squids previously.
Thanks again for your invaluable help.
Good to meet you, fellow archaeological sir. We shall meet again, I'm assuming. Hopefully
Yes.
not fighting you because you're an evil wizard, and this would be awkward if it did happen.
Evil is such a broad term. You know what? That's just making me sound worse.
But
You're not wrong.
He's getting into the carriage at this point. Tonk also causes the other half of the carriage to sag by getting in on the other side.
Bye, Vulcavars!
There is no evil magic. It is all in how you use it.
And he snaps his fingers, and some bones collect themselves out of the dirt, and a skeleton, a living, animated skeleton, trumps up, forms itself together, and steps up into the driver's seat of this coach.
Just be careful when you get to the dig site. We don't know if there's any other demons poking around or what might happen if that seal's broken. Just watch out, okay?
Oh, my boy, I've faced down darknesses in the depths of the world, the likes of which you would never conceive of.
And I mean this with the most respectful way possible, doubt that.
Very well. Enjoy yourself, Volcravars. I guess I'll see you back at Two-Skep.
yes, sir. Keep the beer on ice for us, though. By the way, gonna drink when you get back.
He nods in a acknowledgement and closes the door. After a moment, sort of like any leathery, rubbery sinews that remain on this skeleton coachman snap as he tugs on the reins, and Scruffy takes off.
Man, why can't he be our healing paladin?
I beg your pardon?
Oh, you're standing there. Ah,
You
Okay,
love the fact that Malcolm just said to an evil-sounding necromancer, "Keep the beers on ice for us."
This
I
is
don't know
sad.
why, but that's just so funny to me.
That's just how these guys operate, all right? I give them perfectly serviceable NPCs, and they find the nastiest gremlins they possibly can and add them to the roster and slowly elbow the tailor-made NPC out. That's all they care about. All right, so you guys had a chance encounter with the delegation from Two-Skep.
Are you guys gonna just chill waiting, or is someone gonna dive in the water to get his attention or something? Because he's staying there.
I will say it's probably only been 15 minutes. A brief conversation about archaeology, a little bit of little updates about what's going on with Two-Skep and Nostril, and they were off. Also, you guys get a 1% discount if you ever visit Two-Skep. If you ever visit Harmony Price's store in Two-Skep.
That doesn't sound like much, but you haven't seen his prices.
I hope I can find one of those Hobbit scale shirts.
Oh yeah. So
And here's a sword that glows whenever goblins are nearby. It's just glowing all the time.
We just use it as a flashlight.
that's probably late afternoon. That's when when it starts when the sun starts to tip lower. That's when the land squids start to come out. They don't like to be out during the heat of the day. It dries them out, yeah.
Completely understandable.
Okay,
Thank
so
you, Lake Witch, for your wisdom.
All right, so Vukovars is not making any motions to get out of the water. So you guys are probably stuck here for another 45 minutes or so.
All right, then.
That's fine. We'll take a good rest. We'll have a meal.
Malcolm's just gonna start setting up like a. What do you know how to set up a barbecue pit? Yeah, sure. He's gonna make a makeshift barbecue pit. He's gonna
he knows how to take care of himself in the wilderness. We've established this about the character, so there's no reason why he wouldn't be able to make a basic barbecue pit. Although I think the really advanced ones probably require a lot of time and aren't really portable. So, but like a basic pit.
Yeah, kind of like a slow roasting pit that he has. Like he got a squid tentacle, and he's just like, all right.
Oh, like a rotisserie style thing there?
Yeah.
All right, so you're rotisserie a giant land squid tentacle. Vukovars is splish-splashing off in the waters. Lady Fitrian is just kind of chilling around. She's doing like that fish out of water thing where she's just like, she's clearly just like uncomfortable. She's like sort of asking us, what am I doing here? What? I had prospects.
How about you pass the salt, for God's sake? I'm trying to make food over here.
Yes, fine.
Lady Fitri, we're still working on the same mission that you signed up for.
Well, not really. I mean, we've slain the snake. We're just heading back to the city now to pick up our earnings. And
to find out what we can about the seal the demon either was or was protecting, which is sort of like a...
Well, that's of secondary concern. If the guiding bolt wants to take us on for further investigation, that's a question for them.
Oh, so you're not just like horrific and classist, you're also deeply incurious. God, the hits just keep coming.
What? Well, I mean, we must defer to the guiding bolt's mastery in this area, certainly. I mean, if we tell them that the creature was defending some sort of shield, then we leave it to them, with their resources, to gather intelligence on it and do research. They know far more than any of us individually might.
We're independent contractors. Like, we can do whatever we want.
I thought we were demon hunters.
Yes, but, like, working for the guiding bolt is not a full-time job. If it was, we'd be getting paid.
It doesn't have a retirement plan for all that I know of, you know.
Yeah, it does. Retire in the belly of a giant snake demon.
I heard the 401k on that is fucking terrible.
And kind of cackles a little bit. He just kind of snorts as he's eating his land cephalopod, his land calamari.
You want me to cook that, Ed, or good?
You turn towards him and he hisses at you. He's a little food aggressive.
Of course.
I'm not opposed to the idea. It's just, hadn't we better put our faith in the organization, the system? There's far more than individuals can. Just in terms of not what we should be doing, but in terms of brass capabilities.
I'm not saying we don't trust them. I think what we're gonna do is that we'll give them the information, hear what they say, and then depending on what they say, we'll either pursue our own investigation or pursue their investigation.
Yeah, that's pretty much the long and short of it. And Lady Fitrian, I don't really trust institutions. Even that my own grandfather has founded, because the institutions are only as good as the individuals in them.
How can you not trust an institution? It's absolutely ridiculous. Getting a little bit to the bare bones of this character here. Vukovars. There are some deer that are browsing the reeds close to the shore.
Vukaraz is gorging himself on the lesser squids within the lake.
Okay. I thought I'd give you an opportunity to do a crocodile thing, but if that's what you want to do.
Yeah. Like, if those who are keeping an eye out for him can see just floating bits of torn up squid and blood rising to the surface.
You rupture the ink sac and a black billowy cloud sort of joins it. All right, so you guys have had this conversation. I'll say that with a little bit of time, just about 40 minutes of time, the full hour passes. Is Vokro paying attention to the time, or is he going to turn back into a hobgoblin treading water?
He's going to, because it's the first time he's cast the spell, so he's like sort of testing it out at the same time. I don't know, he just sort of shoots out and then flails around and then starts swimming back.
All right, cool.
Kilgore will jump in and try to assist him swimming. And just get in the way.
Like a dog, basically. Yep.
I say, did you have fun?
Yeah, as soon as he gets up to the shore, he's gonna sort of collapse and just start vomiting squid. I don't think it's how the spell works, but I'm rolling with it.
That's absolutely. I wouldn't have made you, like, even if you ate like more than your stomach, your humanoid stomach can maintain. Like, I wouldn't have done that to you. You do that to yourself, that's fine. Lady Fitrian is standing over you, judging you extremely hardcore, and she's just like,
If you're quite finished gallivanting around, we have work to do. We must get back to the city.
Let me catch my breath. I've been holding it for like 40 minutes now.
she stomps off. She's just like,
Laying around in his own waste. Looking sick all over the place.
I'm laying next to it. Oh no, there's some on me.
better go back in the water.
Oh, being a crocodile is fun. You guys should try it sometime.
Gaspar's going to look at the pile of squid vomit and then back to Volcro and then back to the squid vomit and then back to Volcro and just kind of shake his head a little.
But you don't have to eat the squid.
I mean, when you're a crocodile, you really want to.
Yeah.
Anyway, what did that idiot want?
Oh. You mean the Pooh Bear? Ah, yes.
Yeah, they said they had a check for you for like a million gold or something, but I told them you weren't around, so they left.
Yeah, sure. Tonk has 1 million gold. I'm the king of walkabout. Really, what did they want?
Oh, you happen to know this high priestess chick that they were talking about? Giant nose?
Oh, you mean Nostril?
Yes.
Oh, I know High Priestess Nostril, yes.
Wait a minute.
Biblically?
Hold on. My afro senses are tingling.
Because it's Malcolm, he might actually have those.
The afro just wiggles.
A bee
man.
flies in. Oh, just a bee.
Wait, what did they say about... Nostril wasn't with them, was she?
She was not, but she'll be in Two-Step. Most likely when we get back. Hope that dude keeps that beer on ice.
I mean, she lives in Two-Step. We're not going there. We're going to Lord Blue.
Tumulus. Yeah, she'll be in Tumulus.
No. Stout heart. She went to go visit Lord Bloom.
Oh, I thought she was going to be in Tumulus.
No, he said he received one letter informing them about Tumulus, which Vugarvars himself was the one who said, hey, send Harmony Price a letter. You guys may recall from back towards the end of the first session. And apparently around the same time, they got a second letter. inviting Lady Nostril to come and visit the Bloom Estate in Stoutheart.
Never mind. Okay, I guess we'll see her at Lord Bloom's.
Oh God! Don't tell her about the crocodile vomit. Or, wait, would she be impressed by that?
I don't know how your culture works.
It's a little hard to tell. Nostril might be impressed by that. She might think it's awesome.
Well, I hate to say this, but I think Lady Fitrian's right. We have some work to do. We better get to it.
Yes, I knew it.
You know what? Never mind. She was wrong. I just can't live with it. Let's take another 5.
Works for me.
If you take another 5, then this qualifies as a short rest.
Love it.
I mean, does anybody need any healing or anything?
I think Lady Fitrian needs some mental help, but other than that, no.
I don't need mental help. I'm perfectly emotionally charged.
Yeah, so you guys get a short rest, and then you guys start saddling up again. The good news is because you're riding wargs this time, you should be able to make it to Stoutheart sometime around the middle of the day, the next day.
Gotcha.
So the sun sinks low on the horizon.
I'll take first watch.
Malcolm stops, like, midway putting on his owl costume. He's like, oh, okay.
Big fucking owl.
As sun goes down, you guys have a little bit of leftover cephalopod meat that you guys have harvested. And Vukovars and Malcolm, Lady Fitrian, and Anne bed down for the evening. And darkness starts to encroach upon the world. Can I get a perception check?
Yeah. 17.
17, all right. All right, in this part of the world, it's heavily wooded. You're on sort of like a hill. It's in a little bit of a clearing, so you note some, animals and stuff just kind of like chilling around the edges. Nothing that's particularly worrisome. But yeah, you're 3 to 4 hours pass, and seems about time to get the next person.
I will take the second watch. No, I was already sleeping in the owl costume. He's ready. Right, he's gonna slap on those goggles. That is a 3, which is a 1 on the die.
Excellent, good job. You hear, at one point in the night, a twig snapping in the denseness of branches above you, as I presume that you're in a tree.
Yes, of course. What am I gonna be on? A log?
The ground. I don't know. I have these strange idle fancies. Don't worry about me.
Could be one of those ground owls.
But yeah, you hear a twig snap up above you, and you can hear something moving around.
That's possibly concerning.
Mm-hmm. Rustling gets louder. It gets closer.
I will attempt to scare it away with hooting. Ooh! Ooh! Holy shit!
Suddenly, what should burst from the mess of branches above you, but N, holding a little limp garter snake in his jaws.
Of course.
He spits it out.
I saved your life.
Thank you, noble snake warrior.
He grunts at you, and then he skitters back down the tree and goes to bed.
Wait a minute. Would a gardener snake have even be able to kill me? Wait a minute.
A garter snake is probably, it was about 10 inches long, and you know that they are not venomous. They are just, they primarily eat worms.
Damn, my life was in danger back there. Oh, okay.
And the rest of your watch passes without incident.
I owe that man a blood debt now.
I mean, the snake you killed to help him was a lot bigger.
So, who's up on watch next?
That'll be good.
Yeah. Vukro. Give me them percepciones.
It's just 14.
It's not bad. Not bad. Let's see, as the sky begins to sort of lighten Honestly, much of the same. You know, you occasionally hear the snap of a twig or the rustle of a bush, but you're pretty well able to chalk it up to just animal activity. At one point, there's like you have a slight start as a porcupine trundles by, but you're like, oh no, wait, it's not. It's just a regular porcupine, probably.
Oh yeah, roundabout just before people start getting up, Vukra will go hunting and scavenging. Rustle up some fresh breakfast.
All right, you do so with an 8.
He was also going to put together a little platter of fruit and berries and shit for Lady Fitrian, but instead it's just a dead rabbit on the plate.
Yeah, with an 8, all you're able to get is the rabbit, and you decide to spend it in a way to slight Lady Fitrian. It's a good time. Good time.
Ah! What is wrong with you?
Malcolm's gonna put the biscuit next to the rabbit. Oh, looks like you only have this biscuit to eat. Man, it's
I have my celery.
fuck.
Oh, poor Lady Fitrian. Well,
Arguably, you should be the most sympathetic to her since you're the one who's in her head. And even you're like, eh.
the day dawns. It's kind of gray and a little bit chilly. So if there is no further business, you guys have your breakfast. You guys got enough squid meat to last you for quite a while. Pre-cooked as you guys were roasting it at the site. Yeah, you guys, if there is no other business, may mount up and continue on the road to Stoutheart. And you make your way back to Stoutheart. The wall rises up in your field of view, and the rolling hills of halfling dwellings beyond. You arrive at the gate, and you are stopped by a guard.
Hey, how's it going?
State your name and business, please.
Bloomfield Bloom. I'm here to see my great-great-grandfather.
He gives you a real funny look. He pauses as though he doesn't really know what to say, and he says,
How long have you been out of the city?
Like 4 days?
Then you will want to proceed there immediately. I'm afraid something has happened.
Is he dead?
We don't really know.
Ah,
That is concerning.
Hold on, let me call the captain down here.
Maybe when you went sleepy by, he went sleepy by. But he's sleepy by you.
Yeah,
listen, dude, I know you can talk words better than that.
I understood you.
I understood it, dude.
Seemed in character to me.
I think it's the crocodile brain hasn't fully gone away.
I keep wanting to eat Lady Fitrian.
You guys doing your off time is none of my business.
The guard sort of comes away from the post and enters into a small vestibule nestled within the wall. And after a moment, he comes back with a half-orc guard captain. She kind of like looks you up and down and says, "You must be Bloomfield."
Depending on the day, yeah.
All right. I suppose we should have a conversation about the events that occurred just a day or two ago.
That'd be great.
Well, nobody's really certain how, but Bloom Manor fell under attack.
Just the manor? The rest of the town was unaffected?
Yes, it was quite strange. Nobody's entirely certain where the demons came from.
Demons plural?
At a point during the day, the demons seemed to appear in the courtyard of Bloom's Manor. A number of the guiding bolt were able to stem the tide and prevent undue loss of life from this unfortunate event. But I'm afraid there are a number of folk trapped inside. It seems that the doors and windows have been barred, and it doesn't seem that they are allowing anybody into and out of the premises.
We suspect there are still demons in there. Lord Bloom is unfortunately among those unaccounted for.
All right. Well, we're gonna go there immediately then.
Let's do this.
What of High Priestess Nostril? Is she in the city?
I do not know this High Priestess Nostril.
I'm sure you could pick her out of a crowd.
There were a number of people currently visiting Lord Bloom, and I'm afraid I do not have the details at this time as to who is believed to have been inside of the estate.
You didn't there weren't any reports of a giant snake demon, was there?
So he kind of sits there and sort of thinks.
Nothing was snake-like. Certain kinds of imps and creatures of that like, small beasts of that nature. And, let me see, there was sort of bird-like demons and a number of gargoyles. It actually seems that they came to life from the sides of the manor itself.
Wait, whose side were the gargoyles on? The demons or Lord Bloom?
The demons.
Okay, just checking.
Very strange occurrence. I myself have walked past that estate many, many times and always seen the gargoyles. From what I understand, they've just always been there, so it was quite strange.
Yeah, that is strange.
Can we do some kind of knowledge check for bird demons and gargoyles?
I think
Maybe something religion-y?
Yes. Anybody who wants to can roll religion. Although I would say pick a subject.
What do you mean?
Well, I'll roll on the bird demons, assuming I'm understanding correctly.
Yes.
if I roll nature, could I roll on the gargoyles?
Gargoyles aren't really covered under nature, I'm afraid. They're not naturally occurring organisms.
Then Arcana?
Arcana could make sense, yeah. For gargoyles specifically, yeah.
So that's an 18 for bird demons.
And I got a 9 for the gargoyles.
Gargoyles, I'll just get that out of the way. For gargoyles, you've heard stories about them coming to life, but never anything concrete. They always sound like children's stories to you. Like, oh, there's a statue. What if it came to life? Regarding bird demons, what'd you say? It was a 17?
18.
Oh, an 18. Okay. You do remember something. It's a little bit foggy and vague. Pretty strong and terrifying vulture-like demons. You think, God, what was the name? Oh my gosh. Something like a Brock? Maybe it was a Vrock.
Yeah, of course it is. Fucking frocks.
I
once got triple 20'd by a vrock.
Oh, shit.
I had the perfect strategy laid out. They weren't able to touch me. Then one just rolled a triple 20, vaporized me.
Holy shit. Well, strategy doesn't always hold up to the roll of the dice. It's very true.
There's not some cockatrice hanging out up there.
Chris, did you roll anything?
Did, but I didn't know what specifically.
What did you want to roll on?
How about the connection between the snake demon and the demons showing up at Bloom Manor? Because that feels way too convenient to be.
I would give that to you with an investigation roll, I think.
Okay.
I mean, I suppose.
It matters not. 14.
All you can tell is, just from putting together from what you know, was the demon you slew guarding a seal, or was it the seal? If it was the seal, perhaps whatever it is that it was trying to prevent from being unleashed was unleashed. Now, why a demon might protest or be specifically put in charge of preventing the release of other demons.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense to me.
Here's a question. If it falls under the 18 for the bird demons, do Vrocks have any kind of particular association in this world? Like with a particular demon lord or one?
Not particularly. Demons, most kinds of demons are pretty freelance, it might be said. Lesser demons fall into the service of whatever demon lord is convenient for them.
I'm assuming we're going to go there and crack some skulls. So maybe if we can take one before it's killed or banished or whatever, we can ask it.
I can definitely trap one inside of a magic circle and stop it from leaving.
Here's something actually that you might be able to get with the 14 that I don't believe anybody has brought up before. This was the last demon of 7. Were they all protecting the same thing? Or were they all just random demons?
You think maybe they might have been a part of some kind of like a cord that once the last one was slain, something would happen?
I think he's implying it's the 7th seal.
Oh, we fucked up. I guess the only thing we can do is go up there and crack some skulls and take one hostage and hope Lord Bloom is still alive and that his kitchen is untouched.
You approach Bloom Manor on the heels of this guard captain who is sort of escorting you. One of the things you'll notice, it gets quieter the closer you get. It seems that people have sort of left their homes, where previously you'd have kids running through the streets and people driving carts and stuff. The streets are empty and barren. In fact, as you get closer still, you find scorch marks on the sides of buildings. There are no bodies. Fortunately, people have they've been doing their duty, but the captain vouchsafes to you how many members of the Guiding Bolt lost their lives in the sudden onslaught. Honestly, the training capital of an international system of demon hunters is probably not the best place for demons to attack, but if anything, that sort of highlights the ferocity with which they attacked.
Can you give us an idea of how many demons that were seen here?
Unfortunately, in all the chaos, it was a little bit difficult to ascertain that information. And unfortunately, demons have a tendency to go a bit squishy after they die and sort of dissipate into thin air.
That is true.
But it was enough to challenge the dozens of demon hunters that are on this site. As I said, many have lost their lives. We are currently forming something of an outer perimeter to Bloom's Manor. We have been unwilling to try and penetrate into the building itself because we believe there might be some sort of hostage situation going on there. We don't know how many inside are left alive. Don't even know where in the building they are.
And Captain, may I ask, have you seen anything try to leave?
Not since the initial onslaught. Some demons were outside and attacking those upon the grounds. Others were building up defenses on the inside, closing doors, stacking furniture up against windows. Every once in a while we can see one of those horrible gargoyles tromping past a window. But apart from that, we know they're still in there. We don't know much more than that. We do not have much in the way of an army out here. If ever there were a threat, we simply close the gates and hope for the best.
And then you also have the demon hunters, which acted as a defense against the demons.
The demon hunters, I believe, are the only reason why the city was not a good deal more overrun than it was.
Yeah, you guys probably work on raising some sort of military, but for now, we're going to go in there and see what's what.
She kind of looks you up and down.
Very well, if you feel like you must, I suppose if I should trust anyone in this, it's a Bloom.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. We'll try and get word to you by nightfall, and go from there.
Very well. We're about all out of ideas at this point anyway. If we leave it for much longer, then who's to say if anybody will survive?
Oh, and also, Malcolm's going to go over to Oh god, why do I keep forgetting Chris's character's name? I wanted to call him Beauregard for some reason. You know what? I'm gonna call him Beauregard. And he's gonna put his staff on his shoulder because he can't reach his shoulder, and he's gonna be all like, "Don't worry, Lord Bloom is one crazy bastard. If he were to die, half the mansion would be destroyed because he would have taken them all with him. So he's still alive."
Yeah, probably, but alive isn't necessarily, awesome depending on the circumstances.
Oh, you think he might be captured and being tortured?
Yeah.
Nah, don't worry, he's too crazy to break.
Oh, agreed. Yeah. Not looking.
We'll get him. Don't worry.
Yeah, speaking, Adam.
Yep.
Would Gaspar have any insight to any more secretive ways into the Bloomfield, the Bloom Estate, rather, based on his time there as a youngster?
Roll a d20 for me.
12.
12. Okay. Yeah, actually, that honestly was a pretty low DC that I set there. So, I was like, I'd say give it a 50-50 shot that he knows some other way in. There is a tree around the back, so if you shimmy up the side of that, you can, generally speaking, open the window.
Go for it. That's what we will do.
So what exactly is your plan?
Go in,
Oh.
kill the demons.
Possibly explode thing. You wouldn't also happen to have any duct tape, would you?
I don't know what that is.
Oh shit, they don't know what that is, do they? Okay, never mind.
Wait. These people make tape out of ducks.
Why not? Glue out of horses.
No, don't you worry about that.
Okay, what do?
Well, we should start by going to that secret entrance.
Yeah.
Maybe seeing what we can see inside.
Okay, yeah. So, what then is the immediate plan?
Scouting, I'd say. See what we can see
Okay.
inside.
Where are we now?
You guys are still outside of the manor itself. You are in and among the guards, which have sort of like drawn a loose perimeter around the manor. Some of them watching. Everybody's on a hair trigger. They're very, very defensive right now. But you do have the permission from the captain to proceed.
Are these just city guards, or are some of them like manor guards who escaped?
That's a good question, actually. The manor doesn't really have guards per se. Technically speaking, members of the Guiding Bolt are civilians, but you can see a couple of members of some folks who are not dressed up like the guard, but seem to be part of this operation. Like there's a half elf off to one side who's kind of watching, and she's just in robes. She seems to be a caster of some kind.
I rolled an 18 to stealthily climb up the tree and try the window.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, so you go up, and you do see that the window itself is boarded up. It seems that they've broken some furniture or grabbed some boards or something that may have been lying around, and whoever is on the inside boarded up the window. You sort of give this hypothetical person whom you cannot see a dirty look, grab hold of the window, and open it outward. But there are still boards in front of it. They are loosely on there. You can sort of see in. There are spaces of several inches between the boards. So I would say give me a perception check.
And I would say, okay, I'm going to give you a perception check.
And I would say, good, we're playing Dungeons and Dragons now.
Now that we're all caught up. 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. You peek through, and this is actually your old bedroom.
Weird.
Much the same as it was when last you saw it, largely untouched, although kept clean, presumably by the housekeeper. As you watch, there is you can see the door, out into the corridor from the window that you are looking in. There does not seem to be any activity going on in the dim room. There's no light. Everything seems undisturbed. There is, however, you can see light from under the door, and it's not from under the entire door. There is a shadow, as though there is something directly on the other side of the door. As you listen, you can hear a dull, distant stomping sound. It seems to be much further away than anything else that you are currently observing. It is not immediately outside of the door. It is somewhere else in the manor. It's helped by the fact that everything in there is eerily silent. This is the only sound that you can hear coming from within the manor.
Awful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, has everybody else made it up the tree, or?
Oh,
I assumed you were going by yourself at this point because you were scouting, but if everybody else wants to try, then I will need a stealth check from them. There's like 3 checks that could be done here. I'm just going to go with a stealth check. I'm not going to make you roll to climb the tree, even though it could be funny. I'm going to assume that you're all capable of climbing a tree. This is a good tree for climbing anyway.
I got a 12.
I got a 4. The Vukravaz jumps in and says,
Gaspar, what have you found?
Oh, I found a really loud fucking hobgoblin.
Where is he?
I'll shut him up.
Gaspar will reach into his pocket and pull out a signaling mirror and hold it up to Volkravar's face.
Volkravars attacks the mirror. No.
Get out of Gaspar's mirror!
An enchanted mirror with a hobgoblin inside it. Oh, Christ. I'm dying. I am actually dying. As Vukro continues to assert his dominance in the situation, you can hear the stomping sound that you've been monitoring from within the premises stop.
Ah, shit. There's something on the other side of the door, and whatever that stomping thing is probably just hurt us. So, I'm gonna pop the door open. Not crack it. I'm gonna, open the door.
Oh, you're
quickly.
You're not actually inside, because remember, the window is boarded. It has boards across it.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right,
you're
right.
listening at the open window, but you can't actually get in until you do something about the boards. I should talk about that. Have a board meeting.
We can just kick the boards out. It's not that big of a deal. And
If
we've
they've
already made.
Yep.
We've already made enough noise that the stealth check doesn't matter anymore.
Mhm.
So.
That is true. I had an idea where I could find a chimney, and then Malcolm could go down it, and then get into the room and open the boards.
Yeah, but it's probably just gonna be easier to kick them off because that's how nails work.
True, and I don't know how good Malcolm would be scaling this whole ass building.
The crenellations, I mean, it's doable, but yeah, as it is, if Gaspar is going to try and just simply kick out the boards, I will need a strength check. As you rear back to do so, you can hear that stomping again, and it sounds a little quicker this time. It may be coming closer.
Woo! Natural 20.
Never mind.
This was no carpenter. As you look at it, you realize a number of nails don't actually bite into anything. They were just hammered through the board and are just kind of free floating on the other side. So this job has not been done as securely as the person who did it thought it would, and you can basically just push the boards out, and they clatter on the carpeted floor of your erstwhile bedroom.
And I will do exactly that. Yeah, we're in.
I should note that the captain saw to your guys' wards. That's a thing that I should have mentioned before. Yep, the captain.
I just thought we
sees to
were
your wards.
bringing them in.
The thing about wargs is they require special stables. They are not generally allowed in certain areas of the city in the way that horses are.
That's fair. They're slightly domesticated wolves.
Of a sort.
I think a wolf is more domesticated than.
You guys are in Bloom Manor. N has come with you, and is just kind of like looking around and goes like,
I always wondered what this place looked like.
Looks like this. Did Lady Fitrian make the climb?
Lady Fitrian made the climb, yeah.
I just haven't heard her complain about anything in a minute, so I wanted to make sure she was still with us.
Yeah.
Impressed?
And from the trees have ladders on them, so you need not climb them with your fingers.
You guys come to, and the stomping sound is getting louder. It is pretty much just outside the door.
Vukovars will position himself next to the door. And
Okay.
I think logic dictates if these are gargoyles. Bludgeoning's what you want to go for. So he'll prepare the serpent's horn to whack whatever comes through.
Gaspar will have his sword in one hand and the blunderbuss in the other.
And I will ready an Eldritch Blast.
All right.
I wonder if I could use my stick like a boomstick and it has it glows and I'm just all like,
You really do want to be one of those wizards that got painted on the side of a van, don't you?
The stomping does indeed come to a stop just outside the door. The last stomp is less of a stomp and more of a crunch, as it seems to step on something, and a little tiny burst of what appears to be congealed blood sort of laps through the door, through the crack underneath the door. It appears to have stepped on perhaps a body that was just outside of the door.
Yeah, you did good enough in describing that I didn't need that last bit.
Oh, well done me.
I was hoping that it stepped on a small demon that was waiting outside the door, and I was like, oh, great.
Father, why?
I like that you take the best case scenario. I appreciate that. Slowly, the doorknob rattles, and you realize it must be locked. The creature on the other side, whatever it is, seems to grow frustrated. The door stops for a second, and then there's a nasty, clunk and snap sound as it seems to grab the doorknob and simply force it. And the door bursts open, revealing, yes, indeed, a gargoyle. This gargoyle is unique in that one of its wings rises high above, and the other one seems to be missing. It has been hacked off. Vokrivars suddenly has a memory of hacking at a gargoyle statue while trying to attack Lord Bloom underneath it.
Oh.
The gargoyle peers around, doesn't seem to be very surprised to see you guys there, and its eyes fall upon Vukrivars, and it glares. And that's going to be initiative.
Does that mean the other one is not here because Toothless destroyed it?
No, this is the one that Toothless lifted up and dropped on top of Lord Bloom.
If these are his gargoyles from inside the manor, could it be that they're just Lord Bloom's gargoyles? They're like an automated defense system or some shit.
Looking at it, this does not look like an automated defense system. Its eyes are glowing red, and the stone of its flesh seems to have taken on more of a leathery quality, as though it has literally come to life, rather than being some sort of stony construct.
I got a 9.
I also got a 9.
Open for a 9. About 50.
Well, in that case, you guys do get a surprise round, because it opened the door and you guys had a chance to ready attacks. What's Vukrivars doing? Just go.
He rolled a 1, so he's just attacking the door itself.
Right, yeah, so you basically do that thing where, they open the door and you swing around and you're wielding the serpent's horn?
Yes.
All right, yeah, so you basically just take a dent out of the actual door itself as the creature glares around at you and looks like it's going to make a beeline. Chris?
Boomstick? I got an 18 to hit.
That 18 does hit.
I rolled an 8 for the damage, and I guess it needs to make some sort of a save to not be blown backward.
Yep. A DC 12 strength save, so... Oh, no! No!
Oh, is it against the railing?
Sure fucking is, bud.
Oh, damn.
The Castorian boomstick, the bolt from it slams into the chest of this creature, and very suddenly it is no longer in the doorway. It has smashed through the, you will note, newly repaired banister on the other side. This is almost exactly the same spot that Toothpick bit through in trying to, it's like literally 10 feet away. So this is brand new construction and sort of smashes down onto the ground below. You can see that there is the green-robed body of some sort of wizard, mage, or caster that it had stepped on. How much damage was it? Was it 8 points of damage?
Oh, sure.
Okay. It also takes 3 points of bludgeoning from the fall. Okay. That one has disappeared from sight, but you can hear it moving down below. You do hear more stomping, is the thing.
Yeah, I figured. There were more gargoyles. It'd be weird if just one of them came to life.
So it's Vokrivars and Gaspar. Malcolm, did you want to do anything at this point? I know it's kind of a tough in-between bit because you got something stomping towards you, but the one that was in the doorway has disappeared.
If I go to the doorway and peek out, I could probably see it. Oh.
That's true, you can. Would you like to do that?
The savage in me tells me yes, but the practical part of me is like, you probably shouldn't do that if you're squishy.
Now's the time to come to terms with your squishiness versus savagery.
Damn, I must wait then.
Okay, you will bide the time. There will be much time for savagery later. On the other hand, N darts between all of your legs and leaps out into the corridor.
Ha ha! You will feel the taste of my blade. Or taste the feel of it, whichever comes first.
I love this thing.
He darts off to, from your guys' perspective, the left of the doorway. Or, north. And you can hear him engaging with something beyond. You hear, the clanging of metal.
Truly a pure creature. A pure creature of pure hatred.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, we're still in initiative, right? Because
we're definitely still in initiative, and in fact, we have just gotten to the top, I would say, of the initiative order, where it is the turn of a gargoyle.
Did you say that in a Transylvanian accent?
I don't know what accent that was. Don't press me. The gargoyle down below rights itself with half of its movement. You can hear it once again stomping. Yeah, it's able to get to there with both of its actions, or with a dash action. So it has, as you watch, faster than you really feel like it should be moving. This massive conglomerate of stone-like flesh stomps up the stairs that you guys know so well, and which, by the way, also has been repaired. The stairs. Seeing that it's kind of blocked by what's going on up over here, it seems to have elected to take the long way around and will probably arrive towards the end of its next turn, once again back at the door. On the other side, you can hear the clanging of weaponry and stone. You hear a sudden yowl of pain coming from N as two impacts would seem to hit. You don't know how bad off he is from this perspective, but he is engaging with whatever is beyond the door, and whatever is beyond the door seems to have gotten him a little bit. And that's it for that turn. Vokrivars.
What would I know offhand if these are demon-related or possessed? Would they take extra radiant damage?
As a general rule, radiant damage doesn't usually do extra. It's more
that
that
more
it
for undead.
There are some creatures that are weak to it, but by and large, what it mostly does is bypass resistances. You know that attacking a demon or a creature of this variety, if it is a demon, which you don't know for sure, is most likely going to not be as vulnerable to conventional weapons. Your bludgeoning, piercing from non-magical weapons. Radiant is just something that it is not resistant to if it's a demon. But it's still probably a better bet, yeah.
He'll try to use the Sacred Flame cantrip.
Okay.
So that requires a dex save from your man to the right.
Okay. That is an 11.
Oh, cool. My DC says 16, so I'm assuming that's a fail. Oh, well, that's full 16 radiant.
16 radiant
Isn't
damage.
even a lot, but it's maximum, and that's cool with me.
Now you said 60.
I mean,
for a second.
it's not a lot. The flaming white energy unleashes from your fingers and sort of pierces into this creature. You caught it dead on. It pierces directly through and scorches the wallpaper on the other side of it, and it sort of shrieks in like this low, growly, gravelly sort of tone. Very weird to listen to. I'm not going to do it. It took all of that damage, as far as you know.
We'll say Vokro cast that while he was running up to it.
Love it. You round the banister, firing wildly this sacred energy, and you are now face to face with it. Okay, Lady Fitrian is going to sort of like look to Gaspar, who is kind of behind her, and just sort of like, well, I'm just going to, and she steps out of your way so that you can move forward and actually get some sight on what's going on. Vokrivars, by the way, as you moved into the central room, you were able to see that, yes, N is indeed engaging with some sort of gargoyle entity. Another gargoyle on the other side. Basically, the wing is still okay on this one.
Does N look particularly beat up?
N looks mostly pissed.
Okay. Well, that's normal.
Yeah, he does look like he's been struck. He's bleeding a little bit from the snout as you cast an eye his way, but yeah, he's been bonked on the bonce a little bit. That's Lady Fitrian's turn. We are at Malcolm's turn.
I gotta get out into the hallway to see anything, so I will go to here.
Mm-hmm. You can see two gargoyles, one engaging with the very tiny N, and one with Vokrivars.
Let's see, so what I shall do is, with what's left of my movement speed, can I move over to where N is? Let's see. Okay, yeah, that's what I'll do. I will use a bonus action to summon Toothpick down there at the bottom of the stairs. I feel like there's room down there. I don't think I can summon it. Well, actually, how tall is this thing again?
Well, remember, you've fought in this room before, and it was fine.
Yeah, so I think that's where, because he can reach the top balcony standing.
He can indeed.
Okay.
Although I think he'd have to be standing on the steps to get.
Then that is what I would do. I will summon Toothpick there, and then if I move, I can move over to N, and then would I be able to cast a spell once I get there, or would that be an action as well?
I believe he can still cast a spell. I will tell you, as soon as this adventure's over, this class is getting nerfed. This subclass is getting nerfed. But yes, you can make that movement, summon, and cast.
Okay. I will summon Toothpick, and then I will move over to where N is, and then I will cast Thunderstep. And it allows me to teleport myself and any willing creature that is my size or smaller, and they have to be within 5 feet of me, so that he's within 5 feet of me, and then anything inside of a.
You teleport yourself to an unoccupied space you can see within range. Immediately after you disappear, thunderous boom sounds, and each creature within 10 feet of the space you left must make a Constitution saving throw. So it includes Lady Fitrian and it includes Toothpick.
Right. It does include Toothpick, so I should have did that first. All right. But I will commit to my plan.
Okay. All right. So you grab N by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah.
I will consider for this point, for the ease of use, that he is a willing participant, if begrudging. And where are you teleporting to?
I will move us back down the hall past the corpse and around the corner. Yeah, because I can see that.
All right, and he's going to be like right here with you.
Yeah.
Okay. And thunder damage. What's the saving throw again?
That is a 15 Constitution saving throw.
Does seem to reel back exactly as you would expect. It failed its save.
Then I shall roll damage.
4 on the die.
That is a 16.
Okay.
Oh, I need to roll a Constitution saving throw for Toothpick.
It's a natural 1 for Lady Fitrian as well.
Damn.
Ah! What happened? What are you doing?
How are you doing in there? You good? Alright, then Toothpick got an 11. That was close.
Toothpick got an 11, so he takes 16 points of damage.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at the Warg one. That is a 12 Constitution save.
Yeah, that doesn't beat your DC,
11.
does it?
It's fine. No, it does not. It actually, yeah. No, it's fine. It still doesn't beat it.
Okay. Takes 16 points of damage. Okay. So, yeah, this gargoyle is reeling from the thunder attack that you just did. And Toothpick has an attack and movement if he wishes to take it.
And he will go with a bite. That is a 24 to hit.
You better believe that hits.
Right. Now, let us see. 2d10 plus 4. And that is a 19 damage.
19 points of damage. Holy guacamole. This is A+ turn. This gargoyle, little bits start falling off of it. They rip out as though they were chunks of flesh, but they fall to the ground, and the way that they hit the ground and clack and scatter, it's just as if they've become stone again. This gargoyle was looking really good 6 seconds ago, is now a mangled mess of limbs and flesh. It is you have taken it down below bloodied in a single turn, and for the second time in a week, Toothpick is chomping on a gargoyle.
His favorite snack.
His favorite snack. And we are at Gaspar. Shit, Gaspar was supposed to go first. We established this, but okay.
Sorry.
It is super not a problem. So there's... refresh me because I don't have roll 20. There's a gargoyle at the bottom of the stairs.
You are still kind of standing back, having spent your last turn using the Castorian boomstick. You are actually still kind of back in the room. You have line of sight on the one that Vukravars is dealing with. The other one is around the corner from you. It is the gargoyle is no longer at the bottom of the stairs. It ran up and it's engaging with Vukravars now on the upper hallway.
Oh, all right. I'm actually going to leave Vukravars alone and go for the one that's on the directly north left of the dinosaur, and I'll shoot him with the fucking blunderbuss.
All right, so you come out of the room swinging wildly, like with a shotgun, just swinging around the thing. And, yeah, okay.
13 total.
13 to hit?
Correct.
I'm afraid it goes wide, and it actually blasts a hole in the plaster at the far back behind it.
God damn it.
All right, anything else?
I don't think I have anything else.
I mean, if you wanted to, you could always pop back. You have a little bit of movement left. You could always pop back into the room.
You know what? Sure. We'll take cover and probably, reload?
From what you understand, it's more of a situation of the thing recharging.
Okay.
Rather than you having to physically do anything, you just have to wait for the cooldown. But yeah.
10-4.
Okay, that's it for your turn. N is back. N kind of like nips at your hand a little bit, Malcolm, and runs back at the gargoyle.
Be free, rabid squirrel.
N will remember that.
Meh. This is
4
dragging
and
me.
a 6 on the die. God damn. All right. He takes a little nick out of the shoulder of this thing with one attack with his little pencil thin rapier. But the other one just kind of clacks off. He seems to be getting frustrated, but once you get down to it, he's basically trying to break a large rock with
A toothpick?
yeah, exactly. All right. Gargoyle time. Come on, grab your friends. All right, this one's going to make one attack at N and one attack at Toothpick, splitting its focus. All right, N receives a 16, which is enough to hit. Does a 14 hit Toothpick's AC?
Yes, it does.
Then he is going to take full damage. He takes 8 points of piercing damage from the claw of this thing as it swipes.
All right.
Okay, and with that, we've got the one in front of Vukovars. The one in front of Vukovars makes 2 slashing attacks against the Hobgoblin. So a 9 doesn't hit, I assume, unless you're really inviting attacks right now.
Can I purposely get attacked?
Yeah, you can lower your you can remove your dexterity bonus from your AC.
Right.
That's how you-
But I mean, can I otherwise? Because my dexterity bonus is 1, so that doesn't do a whole lot. But can I
okay.
like how you can purposely fail something? Can you purposely get hit?
The thing is, when it's trying to hit you, it might still accidentally hit your armor, which, while you're wearing it, is designed to turn aside blades. You can't convince your armor not to turn aside something that hits it, unfortunately. So you cannot remove your armor bonus except by removing the armor. That's the problem with it. And then the first eight of the AC is really the person's just fucking ability to actually hit you and not whiff. You know what I mean? But a 9 as it stands, I don't think will hit you.
No.
It'll just leave it'll leave a little scrape in your armor, but the 20, on the other hand, definitely hits. The natural 20.
Oh, yeah.
Which hits you for...
Give me something good, baby.
Okay, for 13 points of piercing. That's a 6 and a 5 on the die. Yeah, so you take 13 points of piercing. I hope that's enough to do something good.
Is that it? It's gonna look up at the gargoyle.
Stop trying to hit me and hit me.
I've definitely made that joke before, and I don't care.
Listen, it's a catchphrase, all right? Okay, go for it. It is now your turn.
I suppose this isn't so bad.
Okay.
Okay, it's the start of what is basically a dungeon.
You could argue.
You could argue. So I'm assuming there's going to be a lot more to deal with. There are the bird demons and stuff. I'm going to cast Aid. It's a 2nd level spell. It lasts for 8 hours. And it increases HP by 5 for those 8 hours.
Okay, so 3 creatures within range.
3 creatures within range. So Gaspar should be. Oh, Lady Fitrian's slightly out of range.
Oh, no, everybody's favorite. Oh.
I'm assuming if I try to cast it on Toothpick, it's not gonna like hold over from him being desummoned and then resummoned.
I have to ponder on that, actually, but
my mistake. It says 3 creatures. I'm guessing that includes myself.
Yeah, that would include yourself.
So yeah, we all get +5 hit points.
All right,
nice.
So all right, that's actually that's a really good use of aid, a really good use of your turn. Anything else you wanted?
I was gonna try and get Lady Fitrian to use it because it is like a cleric spell, and that'd save me having to have it. But I just don't want to deal with her.
She is designed to be that way. Like I said, if nobody wants to be the cleric, I'm going to give you a cleric, and the cleric is going to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah. But yeah, there's not really much else I can do here.
Okay.
So blocking him from running and killing Malcolm. So that's
Good. That's always good. We'll don't run and kill Malcolm.
Thank you.
Lady Fitrian's going to run out into the hall and kind of hang back with Malcolm. She is going to cast, of all things, she's going to cast just a level 1 guiding bolt.
She has an attack spell?
She has one. Yeah, she has spells. Why shouldn't she have spells?
Well, no. All these like fights that we've been in, she hasn't used any. I'm just surprised.
Yeah, not really.
it's like Jackie Chan in Rush Hour. You never told me you speak English. You never asked.
Fair.
She has been pretty adamant at this point that she is not here to fight, so this is a little bit of a turn for her. She make an attack. Okay, that's a 4 on the die. So aiming at this one, she puts a divot in the wall right in the center of the bowled-out depression that Gaspar made with the Castorian boomstick last turn. Well, damn it, I tried. Malcolm's turn.
All right. Let's see. I will do... Actually, properly use Eldritch Blast this time.
Very cool.
A 12 and a 14 to hit.
I'm afraid neither of those actually hit. Both of them sort of like glance off of its extremely thick hide.
I was about to say, if this hits the wall, I'm like, man, we are destroying that wall.
Well, it doesn't. One of them hits kind of like glances off more towards the ceiling up over here, and another one into this the wall on the left. Yeah, you can move, and we've got a toothpick turn.
I will stay where I am, and then I will have Toothpick go in with another bite attack. Yeah, no, that's a 7 because that's a 1 on the die.
No, you take. He takes another bite at it, and he just gets a mouthful of railing. Once again, you are and that is, I believe, the exact same spot.
It is.
Literally the exact spot. So it's brand new. He spits a little bit. There's like a dribble of paint because the paint hasn't dried yet. And that's it for your turn, yes?
Yes, it is.
Gaspar's turn.
I'm gonna shoot him again.
You pop out like a fucking gopher once the runes have lit up again as they do, and you take a shot.
25 to hit.
Mondo hit, yeah.
5 damage plus a save of some kind.
5 damage plus a strength save to see if it gets knocked back. That is not going to do it. That's a 4 on the die. I can't roll for shit today, apparently. It gets knocked back and takes 5 points of damage. One of its fingers falls off.
Take that, asshole.
I don't like that you said that about a finger.
I told him and to finish him off.
No,
it's okay.
don't worry. Don't worry about it. You're good, sweet baby boy. You don't need it. All right, and you pop back in, I assume. Okay.
Yes, sir.
N's turn. N leaps upon it ferociously, closing the distance that was just made by the explosion of the boomstick. Both of those attacks are going to hit. Oh, geez. Okay, so N actually is able to fell this one with 16 hit points removed from where 12 remained.
Dead.
And he actually, like, runs up the side, manages to find, like, sort of an opening, I guess, between joints of this design. And 1 and 2, he actually manages to sink his little rapier into the neck and then the head of the creature, which does that sort of like sepulchral groaning and collapses to the ground. You have 1 more remaining, which is going to presently be attacking Vukrvars. Does a 14 hit your AC?
It does not.
Really? What about a 15?
A 15 will.
Okay, so one attack manages to hit.
The irony is, I was just saying that having one dex makes no difference, and it would have just made a difference.
But you take 8 points of piercing damage.
Yeah.
And it is your turn, actually.
Second level spell, bonus action. Vukovaz will summon a spiritual weapon.
Ah, cool. What does your spiritual weapon look like?
I was gonna say axe because that's generally like the hobgoblin thing, but I don't want it to like be usurped by Silas the Bloodrunker's great axe. So we will instead say a primitive club from the hobgoblin ancestors of old, with
Excellent.
a big spike through it that looks like it's the tooth of a dragon or some such. And now I want to go kill a dragon and put a tooth in the serpent's horn.
That would be cool.
It would be really cool.
That's
Okay.
25 to hit.
Definitely hits. Yeah.
28. Does this...
Yeah, it's 1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Yeah, so that's 6 damage from that.
Okay.
And because it's a bonus action, Vukro gets to try and slap it with the serpent's horn. But only a 19.
Oh, a 19?
A 9.
A 19. Oh, a 9. Okay. Yeah, a 9 does not hit, I'm afraid.
Go on, Lady Fitrian, take us home.
She sighs and she says, "Why do I always have to do everything?"
Shut up.
Well, now I am not going to do it. No. Oh, yeah, that'll hit. That's a 23 to hit. So she launches another guiding bolt. Takes 4d6 for a total of 14 points of radiant damage, and the glow suffuses about the broken body of this gargoyle, making it much easier to hit.
Well done.
It is looking very poorly. Malcolm.
All right. See if I can hit this with an Eldritch Blast. Let's see. I got a 23 and a 17.
23 and with the Eldritch Blast, both of those will hit.
All right. Let's see what we got for damage. 3 for 1 damage, and then... Oh, son of a bitch. I got 4 for the other one.
Both of those combined, once they slam into the flanks of the gargoyle teeters for a moment, and then falls through the banister, landing on the corner of the railing of the staircase down below, where it breaks into pieces. As it hits the end of the railing, it seems to upset some sort of mechanism within, and as you watch, the stairs of the staircase flip down, forming a ramp. That toothpick slides down a little bit, sort of distressing him, and he looks up to you up above his shoulder and whines.
Like, well, don't look at me. I didn't mean to give him the idea.
The gargoyles are dead. You guys are inside of Bloom Manor, and that seems like a good place to leave it for today.
So
I
true.
appreciate the sliding stair.
I had always planned that when you guys went back, that would have been a thing, because I fucking love that. That was great. Any thoughts, questions, curiosities, whatever?
If you kill Nostril, I'll never forgive you.
Listen, you have all the control over that, all right?
That's what worries me.
That's the thing, isn't it?
But this store that you own, where is it by any chance?
It's in Tuskep proper. It's Firebush capital. Now I'm possessed. No, Firebush Castle Town.